Hi, in my previous video, I have discussed that the probability of any event A is equal to mod A by mod omega, where A is a set of outcomes that satisfy the criteria laid down in the definition of the event A, and omega is the sample space, meaning a set of all possible outcomes. Mod A and mod omega are the number of elements in the sets A and omega respectively. So which means that every time you want to calculate the probability of an event A, you need to count the number of elements in set A and the number of elements in set omega. And that brings us to what is called the counting problem. In this particular video, what we are going to do is look at one of the simplest ways of counting, and that relates to what we call the addition rule. Imagine that you want to travel to Hyderabad from Bangalore. So you go to a travel agent and then tell him that, look, I would like to travel to Hyderabad and I would like to purchase a ticket. The travel agent in turn asks you, well, what is going to be your mode of travel? Air, train, or by road? And then you say, well, right now it doesn't matter. You just give me all the possible ways of traveling, and I will choose either randomly or I may consult somebody and then opt for any one of the modes of travel. So he quickly jots down all the possibilities and presents them in front of you in this form of a list. So what the list tells you is that there are three ways you can travel by air. You can either take an Indigo flight or a SpiceJet flight or an Air India flight, or you could choose to travel by train. And there are three options possible: Bangalore Hyderabad Mail, Bangalore Hyderabad Express, or it could be the Shatabdi Express. Or if none of these two options suits you, then you may even travel by road, in which case the travel agent can book a ticket on an AC Volvo bus or arrange for a private car. So the question is that how many different kinds of tickets you can purchase for the journey. Now, since there are 8 possible options, you could correctly answer the question just by pure intuition, is that there are 8 different kinds of tickets possible. But then let us look at what exactly the calculation goes behind answering this particular question. So basically you have three options: options 1, option 2, and option 3, which correspond to the air travel, train travel, or travel by road. Now in case of air travel, you have three options. In case of the train travel, which is option number 2, again there are three options, and there are two different ways of traveling by road. So the answer to the question as to how many different ways in which you can purchase the tickets is 8, and that is because it is 3 plus 3 plus 2, which is equal to 8. So let us generalize this particular situation. Let's say you have n different groups 1, 2, 3, 4 up to n. And then say, for example, if group 1 has I1 number of items, group 2 has I2 number of items, so on and so forth until the group N, which has IN number of items. Now, if the question is how many different ways you can pick up one item, then the answer is the number of ways you can pick up one item is I1 plus I2 plus I3 plus I4 and so on up to IN. And this is what is called the addition rule.